Good morning, everyone. Dr. FJ, Q&A. Um, had some about marketing, some Facebook ads not doing well like they used to. And I've seen that pretty much across the board. A lot of people I've talked to all over the country, those just don't seem to be hitting like they used to. Uh, if you do the typical, like, hey, I'm a chiropractor and we're getting good results. So I would go niche on that. That's worked really well for me. Um, so vertigo, dizziness, neurologic stuff, if you're good taking care of those patients and confident with your skill set, those have been really good for me. And then also if you have any kind of decompression or traction going like disc, bulge, chronic pain, sciatica, those have been really good for me as well. Um, so you got to have either the equipment or the know-how to take care of those patients. But those two types of cases going very niche on that has been really, really good for me with Facebook ads. Um, if nothing else, you got to kind of just give away more than the other person if you can, like including the adjustment lots of times. So doing like a $37 special, but doing exam, x-ray, and adjustment will lots of times get people in the door and you'll do better. So that has all with the Facebook ads work for me. But I think you really need to, on the marketing side, you got to make organic posting a priority in your office. And it's such an easy thing to neglect, but it's so important. It's so, so important. And I really think you need to be posting minimum 2 to 3 times a day if you can. If not, commit to one. Um, and by far, the adjusting videos have been the best for me and for most people out there, unless you're really, really well spoken. Um, and the way social media has changed, a lot of people now are calling it interest media. And you probably have noticed that on your platforms if you get on, is that you watch a video about exercises and then you get 16 different creators on different exercises, right? Workouts, or you watch a video on baseball. You want to teach your kid how to hit baseball swing, and then you watch a video, and now you got all these different, platforms showing you how to hit a baseball. And so so that's what um, you can take advantage of by just putting out adjusting videos and then tailoring it towards the avatar, right? Towards your ideal patient. So chronic pain, um, and lots of times, think about the patients people, a lot of chiropractors don't want. The vertigo dizziness, a lot of people don't want those patients, and there's a lot of them. So if you can take care of them, you win. Uh, and so most people are going after the pediatric or the like young adult. That's kind of what people are hitting the most. So it's the most competitive. So if you go geriatric, think about what older patients are dealing with, and then you hit that, you win because no one's really fishing that. And there's a ton of older people, and a lot of people aren't really fishing that market as hard. And they're on Facebook now. They are on Facebook. So, so yeah, but I think you've got to make organic content creation daily a priority. And you can use Hootsuite or different accounts to schedule your posts. Um, and I would involve a team member in it, or unless you're good at it and you're going to do it consistently. But I would think one a day minimum on multiple platforms. I would do YouTube Shorts. That's going to feed Gemini, the AI. And you're seeing that. You're seeing people going out of search engine optimization, and it's kind of what do they call answer engine optimization? So they're moving out of like Google, chiropractor near me or whatever, and they're going into like Gemini, Grok, ChatGPT, and like who's the best chiropractor for decompression in the area, or who's the most reviewed chiropractor in the area, and for pediatric, for neck pain, for back pain. And they're going to go through all that content. And Gemini is going to pull right from YouTube Shorts. So I would make YouTube Shorts a priority. I would get on TikTok. TikTok Live is a good way to grow. Excuse me. Instagram, Facebook. And the nice thing with Instagram, you just put it on Instagram and it'll go right to Facebook Reels. LinkedIn. And then I would Twitter. I haven't been as good about on being on Twitter, but I would get on Twitter as well. So those, what is that? Six: TikTok, YouTube, and YouTube Shorts specifically, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Those five I'm hitting hard, minimum, 2 to 3 times a day. And then I would get back into the Twitter as well. So I'd make that a priority, guys. You will not be disappointed if you do that consistently for the next 3 months. But then don't, obviously, if you're just sitting there going, uh, you know, green tea is great, fish oil is great, that's not going to drive new patients into your door. I don't think there's anything wrong with having some of that content, but it used to be kind of education, inspiration, or entertainment, were the three things you wanted to hit, and then you would increase your subscriber base, and then when you got big enough, more and more people would see you. But now that it's interest media, it's different. So you want to be really specific about the content you're creating. And so I don't think it's bad to have some educational stuff and hit some supplements, but that's going to go to a different market than, say, the people looking for chronic pain. That's why I think having like a 20 to 30-second adjusting video and just saying, hey, headaches, chronic pain, whatever, sciatica, and using that as the filter to bring in the avatars, the ideal patients you want, is going to be really, really important, for getting those new patients. But it's working for me. It's really working for me. And so I would do adjusting videos, and then use some music, and then also really hit those symptoms that people are going to be searching for: headaches, migraines, neck chronic pain, sciatica, disc, whatever. Hit those and hit them. You're going to feel very redundant, but everyone's not seeing every single post you put up there. So remember that, and be consistent. And then you can take a video, edit it, and then just change the music a little bit, or change the caption, or change the description just a little bit, and then keep putting it out there. And when you get a video that does pretty well, that's your lets you know, all right, let me kind of do something similar to that. But just be consistent, put it up there. But adjusting videos, guys, adjusting videos. So many people don't want to do that. But every time you adjust a patient, or not a patient, a family member, an employee, and that's a great way when you do your raffles for Google reviews or whatever. I think the reviews are still super important. Get those adjusting videos. Get those adjusting videos. Those are going to be uh, so useful. And you only need maybe 10 or 15, and then you can just chop them up and reuse them in different ways. So really hit the organic social media. It's been important, but it's just so important now. And you got to be consistent and at scale, meaning regularly, multiple times a day, hitting it. And you're going to feel like it's redundant, and you're going to feel like you're spamming people, but it's not. You're putting out content, and it's going to go to the people that are looking for it. And you've just got to be able to do it at volume. Got to be able to do it volume, and it is just such a priority now. And then I think you'll see your Facebook ads will work better, and yada, yada, yada. So those are the main questions. I had one other one, just about insurance and disappearing. And again, I've talked about this a lot: value-added services. So non-covered services, excuse me, non-covered services. So doing things that aren't covered by insurance that allow you to get that per visit average up, where you can still take insurance, you can use insurance, you can get people to come in because you take insurance, which is a big new patient generator. Would not recommend, unless you're very strong, not taking insurance in most areas. It is a market specific decision. But yeah, non-covered services is really important for getting that up, or else insurance will just nickel and dime you till you're making nothing. So hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, please. And have a great month. Keep charging.